Hi there. This is a continuation of the interview of me done by Ian McCullough.
Hello.
He's behind the camera. Okay, where we last left off is prior to me getting married to your mother. Now, I can share some things that I can remember before I met your mom. One of the things I did after I got out of service and coming home, I went to Tennessee. I was down in Tennessee for a while. Went to visit my Uncle Doc in Nashville, Tennessee. So after I spent there a couple of days there, it's interesting because they had this girl they wanted to set me up with later on. But they didn't quite work out. So I came on home to Cincinnati. And during the course of that time, I met some former friends, did a couple of dating.
Cool.
Nothing really serious. One did come close. I used to visit my grandmother in Ironton. There's one girl knew as a child in my childhood. We started dating and we started talking. But nothing came out of that either. It's interesting because I brought her back to Cincinnati with me and introduced her to my mom and my grandma. And they weren't too excited about her. Just let's leave it like that.
Yeah.
And I could just tell after listening to them, it kind of said, I don't think she's quite the person for you. It's in a nice way. They said it that way, okay? So I continued to, and it's interesting because while I was going to church at Gaines United Methodist in Madisonville, I used to have a talk with the pastor, and I said, I'm just praying that someone show up in my life, that God will bring someone to me. And it's interesting because 2 weeks after I prayed that prayer, I was at church one Sunday, and I was the usher being direct people to the seat, collect the money. That's what ushers do in the Methodist church. And my cousin John L. was with me that day. He'd be on, in fact, he would cover one aisle, I'll cover the other aisle. It just so happened, before church, this young lady came in, and she was moving kind of fast, and come find out she had her sister and her cousin in tow. They was coming to church that Sunday. They just decided they're going to church. So when she came to that front door, immediately she caught my eye. I said, "Wow, she's cute. She had a red dress on." And she's running kind of late, so she went to the center aisle of the church. And I kind of followed her and watched where she sat down. And my cousin John, he was looking too.
Of course.
Oh yeah, of course. We was, like I said, we took our job and we watched everybody that came in, especially young ladies.
Of course.
I admit that now. So anyway, I told my child, "Hey John, I know you got the center aisle. You're going to be ushering. Let's switch, okay?" He didn't know what was happening. Now, to this day, he'll tell you another story. That was all crazy. I said, no, we was in church. That I wasn't going to create no scene. I just calmly asked him, "Why don't we just switch?" Okay. So, it came time to take up an offering. Had the offering tray. So there I was, going up the offering, passing the tray across that comes by. Finally, I came up to the row she was sitting in. She was sitting there, and the tray's coming, and she looked up at me. I looked back to her. Something happened right then. And, it's something that happened. You think about it later on. Something did take place back then. So the church service went on. At the end of church service, I was keeping my eye on her. I noticed she started walking around the church. So I said, "Okay, there's a hallway adjacent to the sanctuary." I know she went out the door and is coming toward where I was. So I went to the other door and came up, and we met in the center.
Wow.
So I said, "Hi, my name is Larry McCullough," introduced myself. And she looked up at me with those pretty eyes, and I smiled. I said, "Hi, my name is Bobby. Bobby, I think her married name, Drumright, I think."
Oh, yeah.
And she said, "Bobby Drumright." She was previously married, found out later on. But just so happened she decided to go to church. And she's staying with her mom, your grandmother. I think she's sleeping on the couch.
Well,
She didn't have much when she went there.
yeah.
as the story went, she'll tell you her version too. Eventually one day that she left this guy she's married to because he's a druggie and he wouldn't quit, and she's had enough of him.
Yeah.
So she even said she wasn't looking for nobody. But I was.
Yeah.
And at that point, I say, by the way, here's my business card. At the time, I was in business, selling real estate part-time. I didn't make many sales, but, I still had a full-time job.
Yeah.
So I always like to keep a part-time job just in case I make a little extra money. Sound familiar?
Very.
Okay. So I gave her my card. And then it's interesting because we walked outside in the parking lot, and someone seen us out there, and for some reason he said, "Hey, let me get a picture of you two."
Oh, yeah, that one.
We just met. That picture, me in a suit, and Bobby standing next to me. That was our first picture together.
How about that?
So after the service was over, after saying goodbye to her, I don't remember how she got home, but she did say she'll visit again. I said, okay. So, I was kind of downhearted because I expected a little bit more at the time, but I said, okay, good meeting you. See you next time. 2 weeks went by. Haven't heard from her. So finally, I kind of almost said, well, maybe she wasn't the one. But she called my house one day and said, hi. I said, who is this? Bobby, I don't know exact words she said, but I'm the one you met in church that Sunday.
Yeah.
I said, oh, yeah. Now I remember. Oh, my God. She said, I'm coming to Gaines this Sunday.
Well, there you
I
go.
said, great. So she came to Gaines, and after church, I think she needed a ride back to her mother's house.
Oh, okay.
I said, okay. And she said, I didn't know what was going to happen next, but I took her back to her house. This was on, I forgot the name of the street. But anyway, that'll come to me one day again.
Yeah.
But we got to her house, and she walked up. Hey, Mike, come in and meet my mom. I said, meet your mom? Yeah, I was thinking to myself, this is moving kind of fast, Now, it might happen that way. We might went to lunch first. You know what? Back up one.
Okay.
I think we went to lunch. We went to lunch.
Yeah,
to Howard Johnson. Yeah, that's kind of embarrassing because, one, I didn't carry much cash with me.
Oops.
Yeah, whoops. I didn't have a credit card either at that time. So she went and ate, and she ordered lunch. I said, I think I'll pass. I'm not going to eat much today. I didn't have enough money to cover both of us, and I was too embarrassed to ask her for money.
Of course.
So she went and ate, and she played it off real nice. I played it off. So she said, well, why don't you come home? Drive me home. So I drove her home. She said, why don't you come up to the front door and meet my mom? I said, okay. So we walk up the steps, and her mother came to the door, and she said, hi, Mom, this is Lawrence McCullough. Because she called me Lawrence, because Lawrence is on my business card.
Yeah.
She's been calling me Lawrence ever since.
Yes,
Everywhere else
I
has been calling me Larry. I was always known by Larry, but Lawrence? Okay. So, now this was the biggest shocker. Her mom said, you're McCullough? I know your family. I know your mother, your grandmother, your uncles. I even sang with your mother and grandmother in church. I said, whoa, you mean you knew my family, but I didn't know your family, and I didn't know that Bobby was your daughter. It never dawned on me. I mean, how would I know? She's 10 years younger than I am.
Yep.
So anyway, little side story. Bobby admitted to me years later that she remembered when she was about maybe 11 or 12 that she was visiting church one day, and this guy in Air Force uniform was there.
Oh.
She said, I think that must have been you, because everybody's around you, talking, hi, you're in the Air Force, patting you in the back,
Yeah,
so
that.
proud of me, I had my uniform on that day, But of course, I don't remember her. I doubt if I remember 11, 12-year-olds. So, that's a cute little girl, moved on.
Exactly.
Nothing serious ever came out of that.
No.
They got jail time, people like that.
Exactly.
So anyway, we started dating, we started courting, started going out to dinner, wine and dine her. And a couple of times she came up to the house and she spent the night. So this went on for a while. So finally, I think after about maybe 6 months into it, and she was still going through the divorce. She finally got the divorce, okay?
Yeah.
She told me later on that she was married. She's had a bad relationship, but they're separated now.
Yeah.
And you look at getting a divorce. I said, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I remember, I think in the summer of July of 1981, because we met in 81. We met in May. It's interesting. Keep this date in mind. We met May the 3rd, 1981.
Ah.
Okay. The reason I say that, I'm going to repeat that date again a year later. So, I remember we're still seeing stuff. I did have somebody else that eventually ended up dropping, okay?
Yeah.
I figured this is feel like the one.
Exactly.
We talk well. She's educated. She got a degree. She got a car. She got a job. She taught. I mean,
There you go.
This is good. She's not independent. I don't want to be independent. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it tells me she has something going on.
Exactly.
And she went to Walnut Hills High School, so she went to college prep high school. So she has some smarts on her.
Definitely.
So the summer came in July. I was working. I got sent to school in New York. Okay?
Ah.
And during that time in New York, used to be when I go on these trips, go to clubs and stuff, party, had a good time,
Mm-hmm.
But the whole time I was there, I just stayed in a room and studied my material.
Yeah.
And I called her up and we talked. And it must have been important and made an impact on her because I think she told her mom later on, he went to New York and didn't mess around or anything. Now, certain other things, but she was honest with me. She told me, well, my friend Portia, while you was gone, she introduced me to a guy. We just went out, nothing happened. I said, okay.
That's fine.
And it bothered me at first, but I said, well, at least she told me.
Exactly.
So we started getting a little more closer together. So finally, around Christmas time, I guess suspense was going on. What was going to happen next? Will he propose to her or whatever?
Yeah.
So what I did was, on Christmas Eve, they usually open your gifts up at Christmas Eve. Different tradition in our family.
Much different.
So I brought her a gift, and I wrapped up this big old shoebox. Okay. And it's funny, because I remember I gave her the big shoebox as a gift. I guess she was expecting something else.
Of course.
Yes. So she opened the shoebox and went through all of it, and then she seen this little box. She opened it up, it was a ring inside, an engagement ring. And that's when I proposed to her.
Smart.
So it created a memorial event, that was an important part of our life. And this was in December of 1981. Okay. So that's when we started getting things together, started making plans, told my mom that, I was engaged now. And I believe she had an engagement party for us,
Nice.
And the rest of the family was congratulating. I mean, it was a big deal. We both come from big sides of the family.
Yeah.
Between the Ewings and the McCulloughs and Andersons, and we were talking.
Big
Sure, how big it
families.
was. A wedding between friends and family. We had over 400 people at our wedding. We filled the church up, literally.
Yikes.
And a lot of people in the church volunteered to help. At the wedding.
Nice.
So I think a couple months before we actually got married, we went down and put in for the marriage license, so make it official.
Yeah.
The one thing left to do then was figure out the planning, who's going to be the best woman, best man. I had two best men.
Good.
My cousin John and my friend
course.
Benny.
Nice.
And she didn't have her sister. She had, who was that? Her best lady?
Oh, Linda.
Linda?
Linda? Wasn't it Linda? No, it wasn't
Wasn't Linda Wright.
No, it wasn't Linda Wright. It was, shoot.
It'll
come back.
It'll come back. But I do know her sister was in the wedding. I think her sister was a flower girl.
That makes sense.
And my sister was in the wedding. Her brother was in the wedding. So we had most of our family members in the wedding. And she had her best friend as one of her ladies in the wedding. She might have been her best friend. But anyway, I had Virgil Nixon. He was a disc jockey at WCIN.
Nice.
And one of the guys I worked with at Warner Amex, that's another job I had, Warner Amex. So
Oh, yeah.
I
Okay.
was working in the studio originally, and then I ended up selling cable TV later on after I got married. So one of my partners was in the wedding. So it was a big wedding. Had two pastors,
Oh,
my
goodness.
grandfather
Yeah.
and Reverend Heath.
Oh, yeah. That's back in Heath time.
Yeah, so they both played a role in the ceremony, switched off, Big ceremony. I had one of the ladies called Miss Mangrum, who was taught by a guy named Johnson, who wrote the American Black Anthem.
Oh, wow.
And she was up in her 70s or 80s, but she was taught by this guy.
Nice.
I forgot his name, but he wrote the big song, American
No, yeah, I know.
Black song.
Yeah.
Let every heart sing. Yeah,
That one.
that one. Yeah, she was taught by him.
Nice.
So she had an excellent background. She was known all over the city. But enough about her, though.
Yeah.
Plus the fact she was honored that she played for our wedding.
Exactly.
Because she also played for the church. So after we got married, I went back to work. Didn't go on honeymoon yet. We went to wait till summer vacation.
Smart.
So when July came around, we decided, well, let's do a drive around on our honeymoon and meet our family down in Florida.
Very smart.
So I had a little Ford Escort. We packed it up.
Yeah, that thing.
That thing, right.
I still remember that one.
She had a green Escort. I had was it a blue Escort?
It was a blue Escort.
Blue Escort.
I still remember that one.
Yep, I rode that thing too.
It fell apart.
Literally. And it had the floorboarding was gone. You can see through the bottom of the car. See, I got my money's worth.
You definitely did.
Yeah, I was selling cable TV at the time, so I did a lot of riding around the city. But on our honeymoon, we left Cincinnati, went through Tennessee. I don't think we stopped there, but we did go to, our first stop was in Atlanta. We stopped in Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
It's interesting how things happen. Here we are, newlyweds, on our honeymoon, and was going to Peachtree Tower. And the thing about Bobby is, everybody's a friend. We was talking, we happened to be in the elevator going up to Peachtree Tower, the restaurant. And there's two other couples there. Bobby introduced us and said, hey, we just got married.
Oh, nice.
And they said, well, let us buy you dinner.
Well, shoot.
Okay. So, I still forgot their name, but it was the sweetest couple.
Nice.
So we got all the way up there, had dinner, compliments of them. We talked, laughed, and drank. It was great. No surprise on our little honeymoon. And then from Atlanta, we went down to Jacksonville and met cousin Natalie.
Yeah, Natalie, yeah.
You remember later on, when you guys were older, we took you back down there. But that's the first time I met Natalie Ewing.
Nice.
It was fun. So then from there, we went to Cape Canaveral. All places we have taken you guys back to places we've been to, okay? So at that point, we was leaving Cape Canaveral. Back then it was free. Get in free to see the things, So we rode out. We didn't stop in Miami, but we went across Alligator Alley and stopped in a little place called Naples, Florida.
Yeah.
He said, we're staying here. So we stayed the night there. Spent a couple days on the beach. It was wonderful. And then from there, we went to Tampa and came across to Pensacola, to Milton, Florida. That's where we met the rest of the clan. Uncle Matt's kids. Uncle Matt's happy to meet me.
Nice.
He's a former Navy guy, been 20 years in the Navy. He took us on a trip to the fort where they kept Geronimo.
Oh, wow.
Famous Indian chief. They actually kept him captive there. So we visited that fort. I forgot the name of the fort. But also, he took us on one of the aircraft carriers that was there.
Oh,
we had a chance
nice.
to walk around on an aircraft carrier.
Impressive.
I mean, he just gave us a nice tour, period.
Yeah.
And we met Bobby's aunt. I forgot her name. But anyway, she gave us a wonderful southern dinner.
Oh, goodness.
So we started gaining weight.
Well, yeah.
Between all that. And that's more of her cousins, wonderful people.
Yeah.
And then we came back to Cincinnati, started working again. And then about a year later, we had our first son. Lawrence McCullough. The second.
Yes, number two.
Number two. It was fun watching you grow up. And your mother was still teaching for a while, about 3 months. She used to take you over to my mother's house, either my mother's house or her mother's house, to babysit.
Of course.
So finally one day, after 3 months of that, Bobby said, you used to have the strangest expression on your face whenever she got ready to pack you up and drop you off. So she said, hey, honey, why don't I just stay home and I work from home or something.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, I just get an extra job, try to make some more money inside,
Exactly.
So she decided at that point she's going to stay home with you. It got so good after we had the other 2 kids. She said, well, you're home, I'll homeschool you too.
Might as well.
You want to see school, regular school. And at that time, during that time period, when you first got born, we was living on Lewis Avenue. Which is right behind the YMCA. You used to take walks in the woods. You may not remember that. You was a little guy back then.
No.
So while I was living on Lewis Avenue, we decided, let's build a house. The big house project. Oh my God.
We'll cover that more in detail. That one deserves a whole episode.
That's another story. Because we decided we wanted a house of our own, and we wanted to be kind of advanced, like thermal. Because back then, energy was a big deal. getting the cost of energy down.
Yes.
So we had an architect we met with. He designed a house for us.
Mm-hmm.
It was a 2-bedroom house.
Nice.
Had a nice yard in the back. We had a fence, keep you in the fence.
Yeah.
It had solar panel walls, had big brick wall, big windows in the front. You might remember that.
I do actually.
Yeah. And where the sun can reflect from the south, heat the wall, turn the heat off, and keep the
Nice.
house warm. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So anyway, that begins the next saga of what happened after that in the new home that McCullough's built,
Yeah.
and it's still there on Kenridge Avenue.
Yes.
Kenwood and Kenridge. Our little house that we
Still
built is still there.
Yeah.
Almost 35 years later.
Mm-hmm. So I guess the next episode we covered the house thing
Right.
and the birth of Corey.
Birth of Corey.
Yes.
And all the little crazy things that happened. Like we had trouble with the house.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't make the mortgage. It's one thing led to another.
Yeah.
But it's some trying times, but you know, we got more interest in God back then too.
Oh, I bet.
And we prayed, and things. We went through a tough period, but we came out of it. And I'll tell you
Exactly.
how.
In the next episode.
Next episode.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.